Good morning. How art thou? Uh, what's going on, guys? Last week was interesting. That's why I wasn't around. I had a lot of shit to do. I got my tooth pulled. Also, still kind of sore. I'm supposed to get my stitches out tomorrow. But, um, yeah. And if you can't tell, the right side of my face kind of looks like I had a stroke. Not really, but I'm not really talking with the right side of my mouth too much. So, but I hope everybody had. Oh, it hurts. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Um, it was a good weekend for me. Let's see. Oh, all right. The Browns and Packers won, right? So I'm like super happy. Like double victory Monday. But my wife pulled a fast one on me, okay? And today's her birthday, so it's okay. It was like for her birthday. She texts me over the when she's at work because through her work she gets discount tickets. We have like the second best theater district in the country, and like Playhouse Square is not messing around. It's big time shit. It's where everybody goes before they go to Broadway. So um, through my wife's work, they get discounted tickets to Playhouse Square. She loves going to plays. I hate going to plays. I hate going to plays, man. It's so boring. But so she's like, "Hey, do you want to go see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer at Playhouse Square?" I'm like, "Yes, I do. Absolutely. I want to go see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That sounds like a great time." She's like, "Okay, I got the tickets." Yeah, the fuck she did. We show up on Saturday night. We go to dinner. You know, well, happy birthday. Get some cake. I whisper happy birthday in her ear. The whole song, that is. And we finish dinner. We go to Playhouse Square. It's fucking cold outside. Way too cold to be walking. Anyways, and we show up, and it wasn't Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We didn't show up to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. No, no. She knew she couldn't get me there if we were going to see Rudolph. If we weren't going to see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Because what person in their right mind doesn't want to see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? That sounds like a great time. There's some bullying, there's redemption, it's got everything, right? It's got reindeer, they're cute. She takes me to Christmas Carol with Ebenezer Scrooge. Now, that's an issue, okay? That's my least favorite Christmas story. I've hated it since I was little. I hate Ebenezer Scrooge. I hate the Ghost of Christmas Past. I hate the Ghost of Christmas Present. I hate the Ghost of Christmas Future. I hate Tiny Tim. I hate how he says, "God bless us, everyone." Okay? I don't like, what's that? Cratchit, Bob Cratchit. I don't like him. I don't like his wife. Okay? I don't like that entire story. Oh, but my wife got to see it. My wife got to see it. Yeah, yeah. She catfished me. She theater catfished me. And she didn't know that I despise A Christmas Carol. And I rolled with it. I mean, I'm not going to be a bitch about it, right? You know, his wife wants to go see a play, birthday weekend, we'll take her to see a play. But just goes to show, no matter how long you've been with someone, we've been together for 9 years in April. No matter how long you've been together with someone, they'll still catfish you at certain points, okay? This is how women work, man. And so I'm going to get her back. Obviously, I'm going to get her back. I'm going to get her back. Except I'm going to be like borderline cruel about it. I'm going to tell her, "Oh, babe, we're going to go see a play, and then we're going to go to like a fucking outdoor football game in 20 degrees or something." I don't know. Cubs, I'm sounding like the Grinch. Listen. Here's the thing about Christmas, all right? Christmas would be so much better. I love Christmas. I love Christmas, okay? I mean, before you start saying I'm sounding like the Grinch, I watch Hallmark movies with my wife, Christmas Hallmark movies, all the time. I watch Christmas Hallmark movies with my wife all the time, right? We go and cut a tree down, we set it up with the lights, we put lights on the outside of the house, like, we get hardcore for Christmas. But Christmas Carol is where I draw the line. Especially lying about taking me to Christmas Carol. If she would have said, "Babe, I want to go see Christmas Carol," I would have said, "Okay." Right? But let's think of a good way to look at it. I'm so excited to go see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So excited about it, okay? Had all week to dwell on. We're going to go see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, maybe the greatest Christmas story of all time. And then we show up and what's Christmas Carol? It's like a kid waking up on Christmas to a lump of coal in their stocking instead of presents. Okay? Except if that kid was good all year, they still get shit on. And that's me. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Now, the whole Christmas thing, I think it'd be so much better with presents. All right, so I almost lost my mom this year, right? To ovarian cancer. My dad had a blood clot this fucking big that they randomly found because he got bit by a deer fly in Maine on vacation, and it created a huge rash up his leg, and they noticed the blood clot because of it. Should have died, right? And this was recent. He's on blood thinners, right? Like, shit like that makes you really appreciate family a lot. And it becomes about the presents. It becomes about send me your Christmas list. And it shouldn't be about that, man. I really think Christmas would be better if we eliminated the gifts and we just appreciated the time that we have with each other. I almost lost this guy this year, Jordy. You had a really bad health scare earlier in the year. You did. And it shouldn't be about what I'm going to buy for somebody. It should be about the fact that we're there. A lot of family doesn't get to see each other and get to spend time with each other. That's how I feel. But it is what it is. If buying some presents for the plebs makes them happy, makes Christmas better for them, we'll buy some presents. So, that's kind of how it is. All right. Anyways. Isn't he cute back there? Isn't he fucking cute back there? With his little Christmas tree collar? Look at his little collar. Look at his little collar. Look at that. That's cute. Him's a cutie. What are you doing, bud? Oh, watch out. Gotta put it back on. I gotta put it back on. I love you. All right. So hope everybody had a good weekend. That's my weekend. You know, I always start off with a little something, something for you. So that's my little something, something for you. Let's raise this back up. I got a little too low here. Here we go. But yeah, so also, one last thing, and then we'll get to the crypto charts, because I know that this is why you guys are here, but I still share my life with you. So I'm switching carriers, right? I'm going to save so much money switching from AT&T to T-Mobile. On 4 lines with AT&T with unlimited data, it costs we got like a 17 to 20% discount through my wife's work, and it still costs us for 4 lines, and only one phone is leased on the line, is like $200. $230, I think, is what it is. If we switch to T-Mobile, you get, and my father-in-law was in the military, so they're unlimited with Netflix. 4 lines is $25. per person. So it's $100 if you go through somebody in the military. All right. And you get Netflix, right? And if you trade in your iPhones, it's zero down and they'll knock off half the cost of the new iPhone. If you trade in the Google Pixel, the original Google Pixel, which I just got 2 of them online for $130, I'm going to trade those in. I'm going to sell my Note 9. I'm going to sell my wife's Galaxy S9. And for $130, we get $360 to $390 knocked off the price of an iPhone. So I have the iPhone XS, is what I'm trying to tell you. And I'm going through a bit of an adjustment from the Note 9. Note 9 is probably the best phone on the market in my opinion. This is fast and it's fluid and it's smooth, but damn it, Apple, you're missing some serious software, man. You're missing some damn software. So my phone is at 69% though, so that's the positive situation. I'm giving it a couple days. All right. Volume sounds fine to me, Sushi. All right. It's been a while since I let you guys know what's up in my life, so let's get to the markets now. What y'all say? Bang! My big ass head's lower. Me and my big ass heads. You guys having fun in these crypto markets? Whoo, baby. We caught a long over the weekend. On March futures, man, it was like 30.81 was my average price. Look at this shit. But yeah, anyways, but I'm not worried about the small time frame right now. I am looking to scale into some shorts though, because a lot of shorts closed over the weekend, so there's room for shorts to short again. All right, here's where we are. Here's the day chart. Wow, looks great, huh? Woo. Shorts, there are 9,600 more shorts than longs. I don't think this is the bottom yet, okay? If you look at where we're at, we're just testing resistance right now. Support resistance flip. And if I get a chance to short the daily 20 EMA, I don't think it's probably a bad idea. Right now that comes in at $4,000. I'm not even sure it gets there right now. Let's look at the weekly close. Real body closed under the real body of the last week, which was just a doji candle, but the real body closed above both of these wicks, these low wicks. So we'll see what happens this week. But if we go to BARTMEX, you can see we're right on that 200 moving average on the weekly. And this support resistance flip at like $2,900 to $3,000, there we are. As long as we hold that, we're gravy, baby. And it could wick below to 2,800 or whatever like that. Everybody's calling 2,800. But somewhere around $2,800 to $3,000 should be the bottom for now. And then if we look at the prior bear market, which is what we're probably going to end up seeing here, once this swing lower is finally done, we could be putting up something like this because we just broke support, and we could be putting up something like this right now. Who knows? It could be down here. But I'm fully expecting a break back above to like the 5,000 zone before damn near a full retrace to do an accumulation zone. Unless backed V-bottoms us. If backed or the ETF in late February bottoms us and just makes us V-bottom to the top, like up to the sky, what I'm saying isn't making sense, but you know what I'm saying, then that's how we would skip the accumulation phase. But for now, I expect us to settle somewhere near here. No more than one weekly close below the 200 moving average on the weekly. I obviously believe it's going to hold. This is too stiff of a drop into that for not to hold. So like building long positions down here is what I'm looking at. And then I'm expecting it to ping pong around. There we go. Like something like this, and then big recovery, come up, higher low, do its thing, maybe test higher, lower high, bang, do this, and then come over here, come back down again, higher low, woo, and then kind of do this, throw back, bang, something like that. Okay, that's what an accumulation pattern would look like. Trackpad battery very low. Hopefully we make it through this video. But that's what I'm looking at. Alright. If it's going to be an accumulation bottom. But, I think this 200 moving average will hold before it fails, if that makes sense. What do I mean by that? I mean, I think that we will get a good bounce off of it before it would come back and then fail. Okay? So, I expect this channel here of a support resistance flip. This is now resistance, and this should be support, in my opinion. That should hold for a while to build a base. And look, if it doesn't, then we're looking at like 1200, 1300. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Something like that. Okay, but we're not there yet, so we don't have to worry about that. Look at the 3-day. We have a bull div. This can be invalidated rather quickly by another swing lower. But can it actually? Because if we're at 3,600 right now and it goes down to 3,000, that is 20% lower. Will that bring RSI from 24.6 down below 19 on the 3-day? I doubt it. Especially not if we get a push higher first in price. So, be patient. Well, if BACT gets approved in February, I think it's February 28th, which people are starting to expect it to be approved now. We'll see. Why do I have 84 people watching? I have 87 people watching. I have 90 people watching. Why do I have 90 people watching? What the hell? Dude, there's 98 people in here. This isn't right, right? It says 104. This can't be right. It says 108 now. Most I've ever had is like 50. But, okay, let's say that 110 people are watching right now. Then, all right, so it shows that to you guys too? Did somebody shout me out on Twitter or something? No? Holy shit. It says there's 123 people in here watching right now. What's up, homies? All right, anyways. 120 or 1, it doesn't matter. The show must go on. But welcome to the Ark. Well, welcome to Crypto Critics, but powered by the Ark right now. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm exploring starting earlier in the day because I like to start my days earlier. But anyway, if BACT gets approved late February, I do believe you'll see like $1,000 green candle to the upside. I do. I think that you'll see $1,000 green candle to the upside. If it gets denied, I don't expect that to really matter too much to price at this point. The market is rather apathetic at the moment. If you noticed the other day, BACT got delayed to February 28th and the market just did what it did. Like nobody really gave a shit. The market is really apathetic. Twitter engagement is low. It's low. Like people have lost hope. You're always going to have doomsayers out there, naysayers that say that like the right people haven't capitulated yet, this and that. That's complete horseshit. Who's left? Who's really selling their coins that hasn't sold yet? It's mostly short sellers, and funds, I guess, like hedge funds. So I expect a bottom to be built because with market cycles, guys, at some point you run out of selling power. Shorting by itself isn't going to be enough. At some point, longing becomes the better risk reward ratio. So we will see. If we zoom out to the weekly again, do not take this lightly. This is not a weekly 200 moving average after a market cycle is not to be taken lightly. And right now that is at 3,185 on Bitfinex. We can wick below. We could even have a weekly close below. But ranging at this zone before a bounce and then getting a bounce is something that I am really expecting. Not only that, but if you use the daily 20 EMA as kind of your mean test, like we're regressing to the mean, we are so fucking far away from that. And we're talking on the weekly, right? Like this is 7-day periods, 7-day candles. We're so far away from that a reversion to the mean is highly, highly likely. It's just at what point we get that bounce. So if we zoom in, let's go back to BitMEX. Let's look at the lower time frames. Like what kind of trades are we looking at? Let's go to the 4-hour. It's crazy. Let's go to the 4-hour. Now you don't need to be a genius to see that this was, and you go from real body candle closes, a pretty significant bullish div. Now it's only on the 4-hour, right? And I just showed you that we have one developing on the 3-day, and there is a big one on the daily. And that just shows that sideways movement could be in store before a decision on a continuation or a flip to the upside. Now, there's a little bit less than 10,000 shorts in the market right now. I believe people are going to be looking to get short more than get long, but there are some trap bottom shorters right now. So if we look at the Bitfinex chart and we're looking at Bitfinex shorts, we have to remember that they can only use 3.3 times leverage. But if they shorted near 33,000 to 3,200, 2x leverage shorting or longing at 3,000 on BitMEX gave me a liquidation price of just under $2,100, longing at 30.81. So if we're to assume that a 3x would give them about $500 to $600 more in leverage because it's 50% more leverage than 2x, then we're looking at some liquidation prices on BitMEX for 3,100 to 3,200 on March futures. We're looking at those liquidation prices somewhere around $4,500 to $4,600, somewhere around there, right? So we'll see. We're not there yet. However, those are prime shorting levels, right? Those are prime shorting levels. So if I get a chance, I need to fib this from the top of the drop to the bottom. The 236 at $4,000, and that's right where your daily 20 EMA is as well, right? First tests of, just look at the 4-hour 20 EMA. How many times would you have been wrong to the downside if you would have shorted touches of the 20 EMA? 1, 2, 3, and you could basically count these, I guess, 4, 5. You would have been right 5 times before you were wrong 1 time and stopped out. Park the stops at a higher low or at a higher high. And that's just on the 4-hour. If we look at the daily, and it says that 4,012 lines up perfectly with the 236 right now, we'd have to get a pretty big bounce to the upside right now for that daily 20 EMA not to meet price near 38 to 3,900, right? You can get a wick above that, like you can. It's that I've always told you guys, on drops like this, measure the top of the drop to the bottom because we're looking at current moves. There's 3 main areas of key resistance, and 2 of them are massive. Really, all 3 are massive. The 236, number 1, the 236 of the drop is fucking huge. It's big resistance, right? And we're looking at 39.96 on BitMEX right now. If I get a chance to short that, I definitely will, at least for a scalp. Now, if I delete this, we know 4K right there. If I delete this and I look at this drop of this current move, look at that. The golden pocket is right there at $4,000. I know it's hard for you guys to see. 0.65 is $39.99 and the 618 is $39.60. Now, remember that. That's just of this current move. But the whole move as a whole, if we fib that again and we look from the top to the bottom, and I told you guys there's 3 major areas of resistance when you're looking to fib respect. It's going to be the 236, which is gigantic. I always try to short that first time. And then the 0.5 and the 618, which is the golden pocket, 618 to 6.5. Well, the 0.618 to 6.5 of this drop right here lines up with the 236 and currently lines up with the 20 EMA on the daily. That's a lot of confluence right there to at least get a scalp out of it. Okay, so to at least get a scalp short. I'm still expecting a test of 3,000. The lowest that we went was 3,200. I don't think that necessarily we have to drop right now. As a matter of fact, if I get my little handy dandy paintbrush out right here, I think that it's very possible that we go sideways, maybe stop out one more time, but maybe not. Maybe go sideways and just kind of meet it up here, right? And then if you look at support resistance flips, guys, and I like getting my pink box out. I always talk about my pink box, but this little area right here is a pretty clear support resistance flip right here. And what is that? That is resistance, support, resistance. And this is the day chart. And this is just basically sideways consolidation, right? That would give, and you look at the support resistance flip, the 236 of the entire drop of the current move, right? The 618 of the current move drop after we put up this bull div. And then the daily 20 EMA is all right there. And then you have that round number of $4,000. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, I think that's a good idea to look for some shorts. You guys can do what you want. I'm going to be throwing some shorts up. I'll probably go $4,000. I'll probably go 2 to 3x leverage as I always do. Because if I'm wrong, if I go on 2x leverage, my liquidation price should be above $6,000. I don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell unless we are V-bottoming right now, which we haven't seen the volume to make it seem like that's what we're going to do. I think $6,000 is safe. So it's risk management on the back end like that as well. I think 2x leverage and you just keep stacking profits like that. What would your target be? Well, this was a lower high in respect to this area right here. I would do it on March futures. So you'd have to line the price up with March futures. I don't have that chart up right now. March futures is trading about $100 discount. Some backwardation compared to spot markets. Because March futures bottom was like 30.30 or something like that, and this is 3,200. That was like a $170 difference between perp swaps and March futures. It's closer to 100 to 120 now. But what would your target be? Well, if this is a 618 minimum, let me take this off and show you what I'm talking about. Actually, no, we'll do a different color. Let me change the color for you. The 618, I always tell you guys, 618s go to 382s by fib law, right? So $4,000, you catch some wicks up around the golden pocket up there. First target's 36.72, so you're looking at a move of what, 300 and really $320 to $330 if you catch it near 4,000. 2x leverage, so it gives you 2x the buying power. You can have 2x. Say you have 0.1 Bitcoin, you can use the buying power of 0.2 Bitcoin because of it. So you can basically double your position size, aka pretty much inherently double your profits. Now, I don't recommend using the entire BitMEX balance or anything like that. Like, don't be ridiculous. But this should be a pretty damn profitable move. It should be. Just like longing at 30.81 on March futures was ridiculously profitable. Yeah. So, anyways, that's what I'm looking at with Bitcoin right now. Now, without a shadow of a doubt, if I get a chance after that move and it puts up a higher low, and we get, because look, we have half of a perfect inverse head and shoulders right now. And does it mean that we're going to get it? No. But the start of this inverse head and shoulders, you want your head and shoulders patterns. An inverse head and shoulders is a bullish bottoming formation, and a head and shoulders is a bearish top formation. You want your inverse head and shoulders, or your head and shoulders, whatever, you want them to be as symmetrical with as flat of a neckline as possible, right? So that would give us a move to the mid 4,000s. And the 0.5 fib is Shit, man, that's 4,900. Whoo! If we get up there, it's good short and time. But and don't plan for it. Just say, oh, you know what, this could potentially happen. I'm gonna have my eye on it. That we swing up here, because you need to have, you know, scenarios pathed out for where you're going to take trades at. We do this, you know, this zone, something like that with a flat neckline. Somewhere around here. Flat neckline. And if we have a declining volume pattern at that point, which we so far have, we have half of a perfect inverse head and shoulders. All we need is for this to just have that as a plan as well. Have that as a plan as well. That's what could happen. That'd be bullish. We will see it and we'll call it out, but it's got to develop, because this could just go lower from here and deny all of it. But if you zoom out, you know, and you look at this, you're gonna say, "Oh, dude, we need to be fucking long here." Well, it's not that simple. It's really not, because if you look at if you just look at any chart right now, you see that we haven't quite gotten down there yet. We haven't quite touched it yet. Haven't quite. Wait, do we have to? No. We don't have to. But I sure like to. I'd like it to be as technically sound as possible. And if we look back at this Bitfinex chart, we go back to the weekly, we haven't touched the 200 moving average yet. And I really feel like a real body wants to touch the 200 moving average. All right, I think the market wants to push us down just a little bit lower, tap a little bit of the liquidity pool. I would expect the market makers to want to tap the liquidity pool right under $3,000. I would. Will it happen? I don't know. I really don't care if it happens. I'm going to take trade setups no matter what, but have a plan. Understand that the bottom may not be in, but the bottom is very much closer than the top. I'm not ready to talk 1,200. I'm not ready to talk 1,800. I'm not ready to talk 2K yet. I'm not. This drop, guys, has been minus 42-ish% in the pattern, or in the span of 3 weeks. We're starting our 4th week now. Take it easy, man. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So yeah, let's just take it easy for a minute. The one thing that I think is more likely than anything to happen here is that we get a retest of the $5,000 zone, and maybe even a wick up to 55, 5,600 to test as support and resistance. And if we look at the prior bear market, we got that right here. We got that. Okay, so yeah. If we get a chance to short the weekly 20 EMA, you bet your ass I will. When has that been a bad idea? Really, when has it? Short it right here. Obviously, put your stop right here. This is why you use low leverage. Short it right here. Obviously, put your stop right here if you short it right here. If you're trading the weekly, this is where you use very low leverage and phenomenal risk management. Short it right here. You can put your stop right here. You can put your stop above the previous high. I mean, if you short it right there, stops right there. Would you have been wrong? So this is just to go to show to you guys that trading higher time frames like old farts do is a surer signal. If I get a chance to short that weekly 20 EMA again, you bet your ass I will. In the uptrend, when would the weekly 20 EMA have failed you? From January 2017 to January of 2018. It really wouldn't have. And if you would have shorted the weekly 20 EMA from February, and it's just December, where would it have failed you? The trend's your friend until the end, so there you go. All right. Now there's only 27 people here. I don't know what I did. I got 10 likes and 28 people here. There was 200. I think YouTube's fucking smoking crack. I don't think there was 200 people here. Do you guys think there was 200 people here? Yeah, it was like a pump and dump group just smacked my stream, dude. It was like a pump and dump group just came by and said, "What's up, crypto and coffee? Oh, the coffee's out. Gotta go." He's so fucking cute. He's so cute. Dude, you guys gotta get, if you don't have a dog, you gotta get one of these things. Make it the big variety. Make it the medium to bigger, so 50 pounds and higher. They're so cute. He has separation anxiety. He wants to be around me all the time. He just follows me everywhere I go. It's awesome. I have a little thing that just wants to be around me all the time. You gotta check him out. Ready? Look at him. Hi, bud. Jordy, do you love your dad? Are you Christmas tree dog? Do you like Christmas? Hmm? Do you like crypto? Your ears are big. Why are your ears so big? Huh? What are you dreaming about down there? His tail's wagging. What are you dreaming about down there, honey boy? Man, I love him. My little boy. My little boy. I'm gonna cry. Ha. Ha. Good night. Back to bed he goes. All right. So, let's go back to, if I'm trading the hourly chart on Bitcoin, if I can get short the hourly 200 moving average near 3650 and 3600, I'm gonna do it. 4 hour. Excuse me, I got hiccups or something. That's also the 4 hour 50 moving average at this point. So I wouldn't mind doing that. And it's a support resistance flip. It's been okay bullish volume, but you notice you compare these volume candles down here, they're so much lower than everything else. It's not a high volume rise right now, guys. I think it's just a bounce before continuation to the downside. If we look at the hourly volume, the biggest candles have been bearish candles. So yeah. It can prove me wrong. Like, we'll have risk management. It's just, I'm not sold yet. If we look at ETH USD, I mean, look, man, here's the problem. Here's the problem at this point. It's on the 0.93. Whatever. If we look at the log, here's my problem with the ETH chart. That's my problem. It sure looks like $15 to $20 is going to be the bounce for ETH, with a minor pit stop around here at 50 bucks. If you trade the log chart. Sorry, man. It doesn't look like, I think long term ETH will be fine. We need regulatory clarity. That's what's castrated the ICO market. But man, I just don't see it right now. I don't see it. ETH BTC, it's right at that zone. I told you guys, these have been here. These supports have been here for months. Look at that wick. That yellow line. It's trying to hold. Will it? There's a weekly bull div. Let's look at the daily. That is a pretty good candle right there, but it's just being denied at the daily 20 EMA, the 4 hour. We'll see. I mean, am I betting on a long in this shit? No. If I'm doing anything, I'm shorting ETH. Where would I short ETH at? If I get a chance, if we can get a bounce here, if I get a chance. Right now, it's been at pink box zone for a support resistance flip. Right? But if I get a chance to short ETH, daily 50 moving average is where I'd be lining that bitch up. Now, there's another short that I'm looking at, though, and it's EOS. EOS. Just track the daily 20 EMA. Just track the daily 20 EMA. That's all I'm doing. I want to short it in two zones. I want to short it on a support resistance retest at 68 to 69. 3 zones. I want to short it at 66K, 67K at the 0.5 of the fall. It's right under 236 resistance too, man. I should be shorting this. I should be shorting this. Looks like capitulation volume before a big bounce. I mean, I'm just going to be patient because I'm going to line up a short here and I'm going to get it on my terms. And it's going to be fucking profitable, right? It's going to be very, very profitable. This is easy work, man. I can't believe how fast that shit died, though. It's crazy. I want to get it right under 70K, 66K. I'll even throw a little bit near 63K if I have to. I want to build a position here. Where did it bounce at? Previous horizontal support. But really, I think it's destined for 30K, guys. I think EOS is minimum destined for 30K. Dan Larimer is talking about starting new projects again. That's just an ugly fucking chart. It's just an ugly ass chart. Told you guys 50 to 55K. I just didn't want to get in mid position when it looked like it was ready to bounce anyway. Not trying to get run over. All right, if we look at, but that's where I'm trying to short. If we look at TRX, this has been a breakout retest, but it's still under horizontal resistance. It's above the 236. I'm not ready to short yet. It's still rather bullish. Yeah. Now, if we look at the daily, take off this fib. We know it's above 236. Man, tough, right? There's our. Is this a ascending triangle off a flagpole? Or is this a rising wedge? Tough, right? Is it bullish or is it bearish? Shorting it with a stop above 400 sats maybe not be a bad idea, but staying out for now and then shorting the daily 200 moving average is probably a better idea. I'm seeing some people on Twitter saying this is bearish right now. It's not bearish. It could come down from here, but it's structurally bullish. This is just a breakout retest. Off a diagonal, now it's going to test the horizontal. It's not something to get in the way of, though. Waves. I am buying in 3 positions, two areas. The golden pocket, spreading these bitches right here at the daily 200. I love these setups. They usually work because if we get a big volume rise, we buy the golden pocket back, right? Our target would be 41 and 45K, and then 51K, which would be less likely to hold, but, you know, we'd try it. Scale out, you know, maybe 50 to 75% of my position near the 0.5 and 382 combined, and then save some for later up here. But if it doesn't bounce in this zone, and it comes back and tests this 50 moving average on the daily, which will probably be a little bit higher, but the 786, which also would act as a support resistance flip of these wicks up here. Going, well, it really is going all the way back to here. Like, it'd be even below that, but I would buy near 30 to 31K. I'd triple my position because then it'd be very oversold off a high volume spike like this, and I'd get out back again in profit at 36K, right? If my average is like 36.5 and I triple my position down at 31K and then get out at 36K, I'll have like 8 to 10% profits. If it does bounce here and I get a bounce from like 36 point, my average would be around 36.3 to 36.6 because I put heavier bids down the order book. If let's say that my average is like 36.4, up to the 0.5 is 13, but a golden pocket to 382 move would be 25%, and I think that'd be pretty easy to do. So this is a trade that I really like. All right, last one is going to be Ripple, and then there's no need to be looking at shit coins right now, guys. Broken the trend line. My only thing, and it's at the 618. This is the last trend line. Okay? This is the last trend line. Now, if we fib this entire move, we're at the 0.5 fib. It's not shorting yet. It's broken this zone of a short, but it hasn't broken this one. It's almost time. It's almost time. $7K to 7.1K, right near the 200 moving average on the daily, would be a good target. So, look at the 4 hour. This is Polo. Not ready. I mean, you could short, but it's at some levels of support, and Ripple's very irrational, so I'd rather short. On a daily close below 8,600 sats, first target would be 8K. But my big target would be 7.2, 7.3K. So, Justin, that's a really good strategy, to be honest with you. I think I agree with you. You say stack buy orders for your long-term bullish coins and tokens 30 to 50% down from where they are at now. Yeah, no, for sure. Because if you look at ETH BTC, like look at that big ass wick right there. It doesn't look like a lot, but from where it closed, it went down like 12%ish just off a wick. But those types of moves, you see like capitulation like that from somebody who has a lot, and the order books are really thin right now. That's a really good point. Just try to catch some like shitty wicks, man. I'm sure there's a lot of charts that have that right now. So yeah. All right, my mouth is starting to hurt, guys. I need to stop talking for a little while. Yeah, I'm sore. I didn't think I'd be that sore. I got my stitches out tomorrow. We'll see if that is why my mouth's sore, but I think it's just sore. I'll be back tomorrow at like 8:30 a.m. And I am looking at maybe starting earlier in the morning, like maybe like 6 or 7 a.m. Eastern time. So, because I wake up at like 5 to 5:30 a.m. every morning, and then I'm just like waiting for crypto and coffee to start. Whereas I could just get up and do crypto and coffee, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm still deciding, but it's something that I'm thinking about. Because I'll sit around and I'll like look at some charts and stuff like that, kind of dick off and like, well, fish tank. It doesn't matter because if like it would matter if I do it later, right? But if I do it earlier, it doesn't matter because YouTube processes this video all day and it keeps it live for like 8 to 10 hours. And when it's during that time, you can rewind it and just start it over. So you'll still like it. Only thing is that the people wouldn't be able to ask questions. But when you wake up, it'll be right there for you to watch. So it, you know what I mean? I don't think it's that big of it. Like I think it's a win-win for everybody. Yeah, everybody in Europe. And there's a lot of people from Europe, Australia, Asia in here. There's a lot of my following. It's kind of staggering. So, um, anyways, all right. I'm gonna get going because my mouth's starting to hurt. I will catch you guys later. Um, don't get bullish too fast. I look more for places to scalp short into because there's going to be selling resistance on the way up because we are in a bear trend. Um, so it's the profitable thing is going to be short scalping, not long scalping, in my opinion. Pay attention to funding too because you might just need to do it if you're not playing with like massive positions. You might need to do it, and by massive positions I mean like 10 to 50 Bitcoin. You doing it on March futures will save you funding if the funding is negative, which means shorts are paying long. So pay attention to that too. But overall, I stay bearish, I guess, is what I'm looking at. And if we get big ass spikes, short into those. That's what I would do. You got to do what your plan is, but that's my plan. So, all right, I'm gonna get going. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Have a good day. One love. Please like the video. Please subscribe also. Please like the video. All right, I love you.